Well, there's no doubt that
Bueno, no hay duda que
as we live, we come upon many occasions when we don't see,
venimos,
or we don't understand properly or
estamos
clearly,
en situaciones donde puede ser
or
que
when
no
we don't
entendemos,
grasp what's going on
no
around us,
captamos lo que está
or maybe more
sucediendo, o
importantly,
puede
what's
ser más
happening
importantemente,
to us, which is
las
the
cosas
most
que
bewildering part.
nos pasa a nosotros son cosas que no
And of course,
entendemos para
actually,
nada. Y
when this
también
occurs,
sabemos que cuando
we
ocurren estas
feel
cosas,
often we get to the point where we feel
llegamos al
we're at
punto
fault.
donde
And when that
puede ser
happens,
que pensamos
well, we
que
end up
somos
feeling
culpables
guilty to the
y nos
point
sentimos
where
culpables al
we're rating
punto que
ourselves
nos sentimos mal,
and apologizing to God all over the place
estamos siempre dándole excusa o pidiéndole
for
perdón
how
a
stupid
Dios
we are. At
por
least
lo
that's how we
estúpidos que
feel.
somos, porque sentimos así.
So to begin,
Pero para
I
empezar,
want to
yo
bring up
quiero
two concepts
entrar
that
con
we
dos
will need to look
conceptos
at.
que vamos a mirar esta mañana.
The first is
El
what we
primero es
call
lo que
war.
decimos que es guerra.
With all that goes on in the world, I don't think anybody really has misunderstanding as to what war is, but let's
Yo
go
creo
over
que
it
la gente
anyway.
entiende lo que es guerra, pero vamos
War's
a
been around
repasar. La
since,
guerra
well, I think
existe
since
desde,
Lucifer,
yo creo, desde que Lucifer,
that musically gifted angel,
el ángel
fell
lleno
from
de
heaven
música,
in his rebellion.
cuando él cayó del cielo en su
War
rebelión,
started in heaven.
guerra
Can you
empezó
believe that? In heaven.
en el cielo. ¿Puedes creer eso?
Obviously, God made it possible for
Obviamente,
some to choose to go to war.
Dios hizo que algunos
And though
eligieran
war was a
si van a
constant
ir o no a la
activity
guerra, y
between the
aunque
kings and the rulers,
era una actividad
and the
constante
nations of
entre
the
los
Old
reyes y
Testament,
los
including
gobernadores
God's
en
people
el Viejo
themselves,
Testamento, incluyéndolo
there
al
was
pueblo
no
de Dios,
instruction.
pero no había instrucción,
Now think about this. There was no instruction from God
no había instrucción de
concerning
parte de Dios
appropriate armor for the people of God in those days.
de
Did
acuerdo
you
a la
ever hear
armadura
any
para el pueblo de
instruction
Dios.
about wear this, wear that, use this, or use
¿Escuchaste
that?
alguna vez instrucciones a ver qué te debes
Not for
poner?
Adam, not for Abraham, not for
No
Noah,
por
not
Adán,
for
no por
Moses.
Abraham, no por
Nobody was
Moisés.
given instructions as to
Nadie fue dado
what to
instrucción
wear and what to use.
para ver qué puede
But I
ponerse, qué
suppose
puede
that
usar
probably what they did
para la
was
guerra.
they
Pero
either
supongo
used
que
whatever was the best that they had, or
usaban
maybe
lo
they
mejor
even
que
used
tenían
what was
o
common in
aún
those days. I can think of a time
cosas
when
comunes en esos
there
días, por
was
ejemplo,
an account where armor that was used
una cuenta donde
was what we know of as common armor, and that was when David went to
cuando
battle
David fue
against the Philistines
en
and
contra de
Goliath.
los filisteos y
Well, you'll
Goliat.
remember that
Si te acuerdas,
all of the troops that
todos
were there with
los soldados
Saul
que estaban
to
ahí con
oppose
Saúl
the Philistines,
para ponerse
they were all
contra los
dressed in their
filisteos,
armor. I
estaban
presume they didn't want to
vestidos
just
en
get cut to
armadura.
pieces, so they dressed to go to battle.
Ellos estaban
Well,
vestidos
David
para la
said,
guerra.
okay,
David
I didn't bring my
dijo,
own. Of course,
bueno,
he
yo
wouldn't
no
have. He
traje
was-
mi
he's
ropa
just a
para
shepherd boy.
pelear,
Wouldn't be
pero
expected
acuérdate
to
que él era un
have that
pastor
kind of
en el
material.
campo.
So, well, okay, here, David, take mine.
Saúl le
Saul
decía a
speaking.
David, toma
Take my armor.
mi armadura.
Well, I don't know how tall David was.
No sé qué altura era
But do you
David, pero
remember that Saul
si te
was
acuerdas
head
que
and
Saúl
shoulders
era
above everybody else?
un hombre alto.
So this probably was rather comical.
Entonces,
that
seguro
David
que era
was
algo
trying to put
cómico
on
cuando
Saul's
David
armor.
se puso la armadura de
But
Saúl.
Maybe nobody else offered.
Pero puede ser que más
But
nadie
he put it on and he
ofreció. Él
goes
se la
out,
puso igual y salió.
immediately comes back and he says,
Inmediatamente
I
regresó y
can't
dijo,
do this.
yo no puedo hacer esto.
I can't do this. I can't move. It
Yo no
just
puedo
weighs me down,
moverme. Esto
and I don't know
es
what
un
to do with
peso
all
que
this.
no sé qué hacer con tantas
So he
cosas.
took it off and he went to
Entonces se
battle,
lo sacó
and he still won the fight.
cuando fue a la pelea y aún, pero ganó la pelea.
Now, it's well known from Apostle Paul's writings that
De la
Now, in the New
escritura del
Testament,
apóstol
that we're
Pablo se
encouraged
sabe que él
to put on the
animaba
whole armor of God.
que se
Suddenly,
pongan la
we have some
armadura completa
instruction
de Dios. Entonces
in
de
the
pronto
New Testament
tenemos
about how to go
instrucciones
out
en
and
el
do
Nuevo
battle.
Testamento cómo
You'll find that
vestirse
outlined
para
in
la batalla.
Ephesians 6:10
En
to 16.
Efesios 6,
Now, clearly, it's
10
a
a
New Testament
16.
scripture. So,
es una
from
escritura
the
del
Old
Nuevo
Testament to the New
Testamento, pero
Testament, what?
del Viejo al
Suddenly,
Nuevo,
After thousands of
Después de
years,
miles
there's
de
instruction
años hay
about armor for
instrucciones
war and for
cómo
the
vestirse a la guerra
church era.
para la iglesia, o sea, para el tiempo de la iglesia.
So it appears there's a difference between going
Entonces
to war in the
parece
Old
que
Testament
hay
and
una
the church,
diferencia
going to war in the New Testament.
en lo que es ir a guerra en el Viejo
Now, one
Testamento
obvious
y en el
difference
Nuevo
might be
Testamento. Una de las
that
diferencias
one
puede ser
is physical war and the other is
que una
spiritual
guerra es
war.
física y la otra es espiritual.
In the one,
En
the former,
una,
blood flowed freely,
en la primera,
and I'm
la
sure
sangre
heads
fluía
rolled,
y
as did arms
cabezas
and legs. I think it got
rodaban.
pretty messy.
brazos y piernas.
And in the other
Era algo muy
is spiritual.
tremendo. Pero en la
In
otra
our
es
day.
espiritual, en nuestro día.
In the one,
En una
blood flowed freely, and the other, the
Sangre
fight,
fluía.
is not carnal or fleshly.
y en la otra la pelea no es carnal.
So it would appear there is a difference.
Hay diferencia.
But is there a difference?
Pero la pregunta es,
From God's
¿hay
perspective.
diferencia
Now we just
desde el
mentioned
punto de
that
vista de Dios?
everyone who went to war dressed in the
Mencionamos
Old
que cada
Testament dressed in
persona
armor.
que iba a la guerra
David did not.
iba vestido, pero David no.
So let's check it out.
Entonces
In
vamos a
verse
verlo.
12 of Ephesians 6 it says,
Versículo
"For our struggle
12
is
del
not
capítulo
against flesh
6
and blood,
dice
but against the
que nuestra
rulers,
lucha
against the authorities,
no es con
against
la
the
carne
powers of this dark
y con
world,
la
and
sangre,
against the spiritual forces of
sino con
evil
los potestades
in
espirituales y
the
malignos
heavenly
en el
realms."
cielo.
In other words,
O sea, en las
our
partes
fight is against Satan
celestiales.
and his buddies.
Nuestra pelea es contra
Now, since there
Satanás
was
y
no
sus,
instruction in the Old Testament
compañeros.
about how to dress for physical war, that says to me,
En el Viejo
because there
Testamento no
was no
había
instruction,
instrucciones para ver
that
cómo
God in the Old
vestirse para la
Testament was not
guerra.
interested in
Quiere
instructing
decir
his
que
people
para mí que
to
Dios
fight
no le
like the
importaba,
others did in putting on their best suits of armor.
a Dios no le importaba si se
He just let it
vestían,
happen.
solamente
But I think
dejaba
he
que
intended
sucediera, pero la intención,
For them
creo,
to take David's position
es
and to put
tomar la
on the armor
posición
that
de
David put
Dios y
on, which
ponerse
was
la
to
armadura que
declare with
Dios
the mouth
le
that
dio,
God is the
es
help of
declarar
his
con la
people.
boca que Dios es la
And to go
ayuda
out in boldness, knowing
y salir en
that
confianza,
God would slay the enemy,
sabiendo que Dios iba a matar al enemigo
and in a miraculous,
y de una manera
uncommon
milagrosa.
way. So it ends up that David's
Y entonces
true
sucede
armor
que la
was
armadura de
also
David
spiritual.
era también
In the
espiritual.
days when they did physical battle.
En los días cuando
Long
hacían
before
batalla
Ephesians was
física,
written,
mucho
Fortunately
antes
for us,
eh,
Paul wrote
que
it out,
Efesios fue
made it
escrito,
plain to the church,
y gracias a Pablo él lo hizo claro para la iglesia,
that they should not be fighting their political enemies.
que ellos no deben de
Which they
pelear
were
contra sus enemigos políticos.
Actually, in the time of the Romans, they
Los
were
mismos que peleaban en el tiempo de
very
los
much
romanos.
disposed to do. But David had already had
Pero
that part figured
David
out.
ya parece que había entendido.
Remember that throughout Jewish history, those looking for the
Acuérdate que a
Messiah
través de la
were
historia
expecting
judía
a
estaban
strong
esperando el Mesías,
fighter,
un hombre
champion,
peleador, un
warrior,
campeón fuerte,
which
un
Jesus
guerrero.
was not and
Y
never intended to
Jesús
become.
no vino así. Y
So,
tampoco quiso venir
That's
así.
enough for us looking at war.
Pero lo dejemos
But
ahí.
why did we do that?
¿Por qué miramos
Well,
a
I
la
wanted to
guerra?
do that because war is
Yo lo
emotion.
quise mirar porque la guerra tiene que ver
War
con las
requires
emociones.
focus. War
Requiere
is
enfoque.
all-consuming. It's
La
ugly.
guerra
It's
requiere
upsetting.
cosas que son feas.
And war can be very confusing, just
La
like
guerra
life.
puede ser
And because of that,
algo
we
lleno de
understand
confusión,
the idea
igual
of
que la
war,
vida.
because we live life.
Por eso podemos entender un poco lo que
Now, the
es la
second
guerra,
thing
porque
we need to
vivimos
look at
la vida. Pero la
is
segunda cosa que podemos
fog.
mirar esta mañana es la niebla.
And when it comes to fog of the atmosphere,
La niebla,
as we know it, it's a pretty simple
en
concept.
nuestro
We know fog
clima es
is a
simple.
cloud of water vapor
Niebla
that
es
touches
una
the
nube de
ground.
vapor que toca
It's wet,
la tierra, es
it's
mojada,
dense,
es
makes it
espesa,
hard to see
y
clearly.
hace difícil poder
Fog
ver a
can be
través de
very
ella. La
intriguing
niebla
because of its
puede ser algo
otherworldly appearance,
peligroso. ¿Por qué? Porque
where things that are usually clear are
cosas cuando
fancy
están
and out of
normalmente,
focus,
claramente,
indistinct,
de
gives
pronto
a
no se
sort
ve,
of a dreamy appearance.
hace sentir como que estás en un sueño.
Now, where the air on a clear day gives distinct and very sharp light,
En
fog
un día
has the
de
quality
sol
of
se ve
scattering
las
light
cosas bien claramente,
rather
pero
than
la
focusing
niebla,
it.
¿qué hace?
It can be
Dispersa la
very
luz.
beautiful and appealing to the
Puede ser
senses,
muy lindo, puede ser
but in the case of driving, fog is not good.
bello, pero cuando estás manejando la
Makes
niebla
it
no es,
nearly impossible to see
no es
clearly,
bueno porque no puedes
which
ver
often results
claramente.
in
Y
terrible
muchas
accidents
veces
of cars and trucks on the
ocurren
highway.
accidentes terribles en la calle.
Here's a New York Times newspaper article from
Aquí hay un
way back,
artículo del
December
periódico de
12,
Nueva York,
1990.
diciembre 12,
So if you, any of you
1990.
are
Así que
27 years
si
of age or
hay
younger,
alguien aquí de 27 o
this
más
happened before
joven,
you were born.
esto sucedió antes que
The big
naciste.
headline
Pero
reads like this:
dice el periódico,
15 killed and over 50
15
hurt
mataron
in fog
y
as
más de 15
75 vehicles
dañados
crashed
en
in
niebla.
Tennessee.
Más de 70 vehículos
Pretty close to home.
chocaron en Tennessee,
This
cerca
is
de
the
acá.
article.
Este es el
Two chain
artículo.
reaction collisions
Dos
in
reacciones
dense
en
fog on a
cadena
highway in southeastern Tennessee killed 15
choque
people today.
de carros.
And injured more
Se,
than 50.
se murieron 15, más de
A morning
15
fog
fueron
covered Interstate
dañados o lastimados.
75, about 40 miles northeast of Chattanooga,
Más o
when the
menos 40
75
millas
vehicles began
norte de
piling
Chattanooga.
up on both sides of the highway about
Y en
9:30
cada
in the
lado de
morning.
la autopista empezaron
People
a
involved in the accident told
ocurrir
of
accidentes
hearing the
uno tras
crashing
otro.
of metal and the shattering of glass in the fog,
Empezaron la gente
as
alrededor a
dozens of
escuchar
large trucks
metal,
collided with each other and
vidrio,
with cars.
ruidos
There
extraños.
were several
Mientras chocaban un
explosions and
carro
fires.
contra otro, había fuego, explosiones.
Investigators said
Los
they
investigadores
still were unable to
dijeron
determine
que
exactly what
no pudieron
set off
determinar
the chain
exactamente
reaction, but
qué
they said
empezó
they
esa
believed
reacción en cadena.
it began when a vehicle in the
Pero ¿qué
southbound
pasó?
lane
Que un
crashed in the
vehículo,
heavy fog.
cuando iba viniendo sur,
They said
en la niebla
vehicles slowing
chocó,
down to see the crash
y
might
los
have
que
caused the second pileup
empezaron
in the
a
northbound
disminuir la
lanes on the other
velocidad.
side.
Parece que para mirar,
It
ellos
was
empezaron a
confirmed that there are
descuidarse y
15 dead, but
empezaron
the
a
number
chocar.
could rise as crews searched the burned vehicles. Russell Newman,
Russell
who is the
Newman,
highway
que es
director in Tennessee, said,
el director de las
"No one is
autopistas
sure what
en Tennessee, dijo,
This is one of
no
the
sabemos
worst
qué pasó,
accidents
este es
that
uno de
anyone
los
can
accidentes
remember
peores
happening in
que hemos
Tennessee. It
experimentado
was
en
just
Tennessee.
one of those chain reaction
Era
collisions that
una
happen in
reacción de esa
this
cadena.
kind of situation.
Y
Very
cuando
heavy
un auto le
fog,
pegaba al otro, la
probably
niebla era muy
too much
pesada.
speed.
Probablemente muy
People were
rápido venía
treated
la
for
gente.
cuts, bruises,
La
burns,
gente tuvieron que ir al
fractures,
hospital
smoke inhalation,
porque
and shock.
respiraron mucho humo,
Helicopters
sufrieron
from Knoxville and
quemaduras,
Chattanooga helped with the
heridos.
evacuation of people, but the highway
hubieron
was blocked
helicópteros
in
que
both
vinieron a
directions,
evacuar a la
making
gente,
it difficult to move the injured.
pero
to
era
hospitals.
tan difícil por la niebla que había.
End of article. Has any one of you ever driven in
¿Alguien
fog?
ha podido experimentar lo que es manejar en la
Has
niebla?
anyone, if not
¿Alguien
driving in fog, ever driven when
¿Conoce
torrential
lo que
rains were
es
falling?
eso? ¿O alguien ha
I mean
manejado
torrential.
cuando ha caído,
Or you
cuando ha
couldn't
caído
see but a few feet in
lluvia
front of your
bien
vehicle. You didn't
fuerte,
intend to be
donde no
there,
ves
but the
casi
rain just dumped and suddenly
5 o
here
10
you
pies
are.
delante de ti?
You can't get home. You're miles away.
Por
You're on the
ejemplo,
road.
estás millas de la
Cars in
casa,
front and cars
hay carros
behind.
adelante y carros atrás y estás ahí.
Do you remember the panic
acuerdas?
setting in?
Y,
As you
que
realize
el
that
pánico
if
te
you
viene,
kept going, you might either run off the road
nunca
or
te has dado
crash
cuenta
into somebody in front of you that
lo
was
que hubiera
stopped.
pasado
Or
si no hubieras
if you
parado
decided
el
to
carro,
stop, somebody behind you
o si hubieras
may
parado
crash into
y
the back
alguien
end of you.
detrás
Do
de
you
ti,
remember that feeling
descuidado,
in that
te
torrential rain?
choca. ¿Te acuerdas de eso cuando estuviste
So it's
en
either
medio de esa
stop and get
llovizna?
hit or go and crash someone.
Así que es un lugar
So only
difícil.
two choices, and they're both terrible. It's one of the most unnerving situations
Es
one
una de
can
las
be in.
situaciones
So
más
fog,
nerviosas.
though interesting, can be
Así que la
deadly.
niebla, aunque es
So now
muy
let's
interesante, puede ser algo
expand just a little
fatal.
bit. We've
Vamos a
covered the
expandir un
intensity of
poco.
war,
Hemos
danger
hablado
of
de la
fog. So
guerra,
now, how
de los
about we
peligros de
put
la
them
niebla.
together?
¿Por qué no ahora los
Let's take a look
juntamos
at the
los dos?
idea
Y
of
vamos a mirar la idea
the fog
de lo que
of
es
war.
la niebla de
It's a very
la guerra.
interesting and
Es muy
valid
interesante.
phenomenon.
Es un
It's actually
fenómeno
very simple.
eh,
Fog of war is
que
defined
sucede.
as the confusion
La
caused
niebla de guerra
by the chaos of war
es
or
la
battle.
confusión que ocurre por el
It's
caos
the
de la guerra.
confusion
Es
is
la
caused
confusión
by the
que es
chaos of
causada
war or
por el
battle.
caos de la guerra o de la batalla.
Let's look at two examples.
Vamos a mirar dos
Fog of
ejemplos.
war and its effects. From the Old Testament,
En
we're
el
going
Viejo
to
Testamento
look at Judges chapter 7,
miremos a Jueces
verses 7 through
7.
22. This is not unknown to you. It's the battle of Gideon.
Es la batalla de Gedeón.
But sometimes we forget little details, so I'm going to read this.
Algunas veces se nos olvida
Judges 7,
los
7 to
detalles.
22.
7.
The
Del
Lord
7
said to
al
Gideon,
22, Josué dijo,
With the
el
300
Señor
men
Jehová
that lapped, I will save you, and give the Midianites into your hands. Let all the others go home. So Gideon sent the rest of the
Gedeón
Israelites
mandó
home, but kept the
a los
300, who took
israelitas
over
a
the
la casa
provisions and trumpets of
y
the
solo se
others.
quedó con 300
Now the
hombres.
camp of Midian lay
El
below him in
campo
the valley.
de
During that night the
Median
Lord said
estaba
to
en el
Gideon,
valle y en
Get
esa
up,
noche
go
el
down
Señor le
against
dijo a
the
Gedeón,
camp, because
andate
I am going to give
y
it
baja
into
contra
your
los
hands.
medianitas porque yo te voy
If you are
a
afraid to
dar
attack, go down
en
to the
tus
camp
manos.
with your
Si tienes
servant
miedo,
Purah,
anda
and listen
con
to
tu
what they are
siervo
saying.
Pura
And afterward,
y escucha lo que están
you will
diciendo
be
y después
encouraged to
vas a
attack the
estar animado para poder atacar el campo.
So he and Purah, his servant, went down to the
Entonces él
outposts of
y
the
su
camp.
siervo
The
Pura
Midianites,
fue,
the
se
Amalekites, and
acercó,
all the other
los
eastern
Midianites,
peoples had
los
settled in the
Amalekites
valley.
estaban
Thick as
en la valle
locusts. Their
y había
camels could no
una
more
gran
be
cantidad de
counted
enemigos. Sus
than the sand
camellos
on the seashore.
no podían
I think
ser
that's a pretty
contados. ¿Por
huge
qué? Porque parecía
army
como la arena
gathered together
del mar.
of people.
Era una cantidad de gente
Gideon
tremenda.
arrived just
Gedeón
as a man was telling a
llegó
friend his
cuando
dream.
un hombre le
I had a
decía al
dream,
otro,
he was
tuve
saying.
un sueño esta
A
noche.
round loaf of barley bread came tumbling into the Midianite camp. It
Un
struck the
pedazo de
tent
pan
with
vino y entró
such
en
force that the tent
las tiendas de
overturned and
Midianite
collapsed.
y causó
friend
un
responded,
derroto en nuestro
"This could be
campamento.
nothing other
Y
than
el
the
otro
sword of Gideon,
respondió
son
y
of
dijo,
Joash,
esto no es
the
nada,
Israelite.
solamente la espada de
God
Gedeón.
has given the
Y
Midianites
a
and the
los
whole
israelitas
camp
Dios le ha
into
dado
his hands."
el campamento de los Medianites.
When Gideon heard the dream and its
Cuando Gedeón
interpretation,
escuchó
he bowed down
el sueño y su
and worshipped.
interpretación, su
He returned to the camp
interpretación,
of Israel and called
adoró
out,
en ese
"Get
momento.
up. The Lord
Regresó al
has given the
campamento de los
Midianite camp
israelitas
into your hands."
y le dijo, levántese, que Dios
Dividing
nos ha
the
dado
300
los
men into
medianitas
three companies,
a nuestras
he
manos.
placed trumpets and empty jars in the
Entonces
hands of all
Gedeón
of them
le
with
dio
torches
trompeta
inside.
y cántaro a
"Watch
cada
me,"
soldado
he told them,
con
"follow
una vela
my
dentro.
lead.
Y le dijo a los
When you get to
soldados,
the edge of the camp,
mírenme a mí, cuando
do
lleguemos
exactly as I
al
do.
borde del
When
campamento,
I and all who are
hagan
with
lo que
me
yo hago.
blow our
Yo
trumpets,
y los que están conmigo,
then from all
soplemos
around
la
the camp blow
trompeta
yours and shout for the
y
Lord and for
griten
Gideon."
por el Señor y por Gedeón.
Gideon and the 100 men
Gedeón
with him reached the edge of the camp.
y los
At the
300 hombres
beginning
fueron
of the middle watch, just
al
after
borde del
they had
campamento.
changed the guard. They blew their trumpets and broke the
Sonaron la
jars that were
trompeta,
in their hands.
rompieron los
The three
cántaros que
companies
tenían en la
blew the
mano.
trumpets and smashed the jars.
Ellos todos hicieron la
Grasping
misma
the
vez
torches in their
y
left
agarraron
hands and
las
holding in their right
antorchas
hands the trumpets they were to blow,
y la
they
trompeta en la
shouted,
otra mano
"A sword for the Lord and for
y
Gideon."
gritaron, una espada para el Señor y para Gedeón.
While each man held
Esto
his
sucedió
position
y cada
around the
hombre
camp, all the
se paró
Midianites ran,
alrededor del campamento.
crying out as they
Los
fled.
medianitas clamaron,
When the 300
lloraron y
trumpets sounded,
empezaron
the
a
Lord
correr.
caused
Cuando
the
sonó
men
las trompetas,
throughout the camp to
el
turn
Señor
on
causó
each
que los
other
hombres, los
with their
enemigos,
swords.
cada hombre mate a su prójimo.
But obviously,
Pero obviamente,
the perception of the
la
Midianites
percepción
was
de los
all
medianitas
wrong.
era equivocado.
They imagined the
Ellos se
noise and the
imaginaron
torches
que
were from a
el ruido de las
vast
trompetas
army.
y las antorchas o las antorchas. Era de un ejército que vino.
They were prepared for this, remember? Because the one man said, that dream means that God is going to
Parece
give
que
Midian
estaban preparados
into
porque
the
dijeron,
hands of the Jews.
acuérdate cuando traducieron ese sueño, cuando
When in
interpretaron el
fact,
sueño,
Gideon and his men
que
were
el
never
sueño
going to
quería
attack.
decir que Dios le había dado a
And we're
los
told to just
israelitas
stand still,
la
hold
victoria
their
contra
position.
medianitas.
It was chaos
Era un caos
that
que
was the
sucedió en
main
el campamento de los
ingredient
medianitas.
in the panic that caused the
Era un
troops
pánico
to turn and kill
que
each
hizo
other.
que los mismos soldados empezaron
As
a
for
matar
Gideon
unos a
and his
otros.
men,
Entonces
they
Gedeón
had
y
no
sus
armor,
hombres no tenían
except,
armadura,
like David, the
que
word of
tenían
God,
solamente
that
como
he would
David
deliver
la
the
palabra
camp of the
de
Midianites
Dios
to
que
Gideon.
decía que él iba
So
a dar la
we
victoria.
can conclude
Y
that the
entonces
camp of the Midianites
el
had
campamento
just been
de los
overcome
medianitas
by
habían
fog of
sido
war.
derrotados por el Dios
Example number 2.
de la guerra. El ejemplo
The
número
New
2.
Testament.
Ahora vamos al
John,
Nuevo Testamento,
Chapter
Testamento
13,
en
verses
Juan
21 to 30.
13, 21
John 13,
a
21 to
30.
30. This is the Passover meal. They were up in the upper room.
Estaban en el aposento alto.
Jesus had probably done
Jesús,
his servant thing where he washed their feet.
seguro que ya había limpiado
They knew this was a
los
solemn
pies de los
time.
discípulos. Ellos se daban
The
cuenta que
scripture
era un
says,
tiempo,
after he had said this, Jesus
es
was
muy serio.
troubled in spirit.
Dice, habiendo dicho
And testified,
Jesús esto, se
"Very
conmovió
truly, I
en espíritu
tell
y
you,
declaró y dijo,
one of
de
you
cierto os digo
is going
que
to
uno
betray
de
me."
vosotros me va a entregar.
His disciples stared at
Entonces
one
los
another,
discípulos se
at a
miraban
loss
unos
to know
a
which
otros
of them he
dudando de
meant.
quién hablaba.
Now,
Y
in Mark,
en Marcos
it goes like this.
habla así.
I'm reading from John, but this is the way it says it in Mark.
En
The
Marcos dice,
disciples were upset
los
and began to
discípulos
ask
estaban
him one after the other,
nerviosos y
"Surely you
decían
don't mean me,
uno
do
tras
you?"
otro, de
Can you
veras
imagine?
no
All
soy
12.
yo, ¿no?
Suddenly,
¿Te imaginas los 12 discípulos?
this incredible possibility
¿Te acuerdas?
is introduced into their
Una
minds.
posibilidad
A betrayer
tremenda
who's walked with
en su
Jesus
mente
these 3 years.
que caminaron con Jesús 3 años
And they're saying,
y
"Is it
están
me?
diciendo, ¿soy
Is it
yo?
I?"
¿Soy yo?
Another one over here, "Is it I?"
Y entonces el otro
"Is it
decía,
me?"
¿soy yo? ¿Soy yo?
Everyone
Pero
was
cada
so
uno
upset.
preguntaron, estaban muy
Verse
nerviosos.
23, one of them, the
Versículo
disciple whom Jesus
23.
loved, was reclining next to him.
De sus discípulos, al
Simon
cual Jesús
Peter,
amaba,
over
estaba
here, motioned to
recostado
this
al lado de
disciple
Jesús.
and said,
Y a este
"Ask
pues
him
hizo señas
which one
Simón
he
Pedro
means."
para que pregunte quién era aquel
Leaning
de
back
quien hablaba.
against Jesus, he asked him,
Él
"Lord,
entonces, recostado cerca
is it?"
del pecho de Jesús, le dijo, Señor, ¿quién
Jesus
es?
answered,
Respondió Jesús,
"It is the one to whom I will
a
give
quien
this
yo
piece of bread when I
diere
have
el
dipped
pan
it in the
mojado,
dish."
aquel es.
And
Y
then,
mojando el
dipping
pan,
the piece
lo
of
dio
bread,
a Judas
he
Iscariote,
gave it
hijo
to
de Simón.
Judas. I'm reading this now, I'm not telling you it. He
Yo
gave
lo
it to
estoy leyendo
Judas,
aquí. Dice, se lo dio a
son of
Judas,
Simon Iscariot.
hijo de Simón.
As soon as Judas took the
Y
bread,
después
Satan
del
entered into
bocado,
him. So
Satanás
Jesus told
entró
him,
en él.
"What you are
Entonces
about
Jesús
to
le
do,
dijo,
do
lo que vas a hacer, hazlo más pronto.
But no one at the meal understood
Pero
why
ninguno
Jesus said this to
de los
him.
que estaban a la mesa entendió por
Since
qué le
Judas had
dijo
charge of the
Jesús
money, some
esto.
thought Jesus was telling him to buy what was needed for the
Porque
festival
algunos
or to
pensaban,
give something to the poor.
Puesto que Judas tenía la bolsa, que Jesús le decía, compra lo que necesitamos para la fiesta,
And it was
o que
night.
diese algo a los pobres.
And there goes Judas out the door.
Entonces ahí sale
And the
Judas
disciples just
por la puerta.
let
Y los
him go.
discípulos, ¿qué hicieron? Nada, lo
No one
dejaron
laid
ir.
a hand on him.
Nadie lo
Why
detenió.
didn't they all
¿Por
rise
qué
up
no se levantaron todos y lo
and
agarraron?
beat his brains out?
¿Y por qué no lo
What
hicieron
did Jesus just
pomada?
say? The one to whom I give this
Jesús
piece
dijo,
of bread
a la
is
persona que yo le
a
dé este
betrayer.
pedazo de pan es el que me va a entregar.
So what just happened?
Entonces, ¿qué sucedió ahí?
This is amazing.
Es algo tremendo, ¿no? El malo sale y los discípulos lo miran.
Well, I believe
Yo creo
that a fog of war was allowed to come over them,
que una neblia
so that
de
they were
guerra vino sobre
distracted
ellos.
when the
¿Por qué?
bread
Porque fueron
was
distraídos.
given.
Cuando el pan fue
But they
dado,
were distracted for a purpose.
estaban distraídos por un propósito.
What did they do in their distraction?
¿Qué hicieron en su
Is it
distracción?
I? Is it I? Is it me? Really? Does he think it could be you?
Es que
They
estaban
were
haciendo,
distracted from what was
estaban
going on.
distraídos
He told
porque
them,
se
but now they're
preguntaban
distracted.
unos a otros. ¿Fui yo? ¿Puede ser él? Y estaban distraídos.
But they were distracted for a purpose.
Pero estaban distraídos
So
por un
that Judas
propósito,
could not be
para
kept
que
from
Judas
fulfilling the word and purpose of God.
pudiera hacer lo que tenía que hacer. Era
Now,
un
how can I reach
propósito.
that conclusion?
¿Cómo
Well,
puedo llegar a esa
let me
conclusión?
ask you,
Bueno, déjame
if you were there
preguntarte si
and you
tú
heard the
estuvieras ahí
details and saw the bread being given, and
y
this
hubieras
traitor got
escuchado
up and was on
los
his way
detalles
out the
y
door,
hubieras visto
wouldn't you and the other 10
al malo
have
levantarse,
done your best
tú
to interfere with
con
him
los
leaving?
10
I
no
would have.
hubieras parado,
They would
tratado
have.
de haber parado a este hombre?
Jesus had just told him, this is a bad man.
Jesús le había dicho, este hombre es malo.
Except, and this is what I think happened,
Pero yo
that in
lo
the
que
horror
creo que
of each
pasó,
one thinking that he
que en el
himself could be
horror,
the guilty man,
pensando que
as when they said,
cada
Lord,
uno
you don't
podía
mean me, do you?
ser
Is
el
it
malo,
I? That they
porque
were
se
so
preguntaban
upset
unos
that
a
such a
otros,
thing
o
among
se
them
preguntaban a
could
Jesús,
ever happen,
soy yo
and that
el
when Jesus
que
gave
te
the
voy a
bread to
traicionar?
Judas, they were literally
Y cuando Jesús dijo,
distracted.
¿quién iba a
Or
ser?
in the
Estaban tan
words of our
distraídos,
theme, they were so overcome by the
o
fog of
en otras
war
palabras,
that they
estaban tan
missed
anonadados
seeing
por
the
esa
giving of the
neblia de
bread.
guerra. No podían ver lo que estaba delante de ellos.
The emotional chaos that had entered
El
their
caos
hearts
emocional que entró en su
so
corazón
arrested their
era
attention that they missed the
tan grande
revelation.
que perdieron una revelación.
And once again, people were in the fog of war. They
Así
just
que otra vez
didn't see.
estaban en la neblia de guerra.
It's an amazing phenomenon, but it
Es un
was all in the
fenómeno
will of God.
Tremendo, pero estaba en la voluntad de Dios.
Now, the first thing I said today was, let's take a look at ourselves, and more specifically, those occasions when we don't understand,
Yo dije, vamos a
when we don't
mirarnos,
see
vamos
clearly,
a
or when
hablar
we don't grasp what is going on around us,
el ejemplo
or
cuando estamos en
what's
una
happening
situación
to
y no
us.
entendemos bien las cosas. No entendemos lo que le sucede a otros, aún a
I think the
nosotros.
last song we sang had a phrase in it, empty-handed,
La
but alive.
última canción que cantamos
Sometimes
tenía una
that's all it
frase.
is. We're empty-handed, but alive.
Venimos, Señor, vivo,
in His
pero con las
hands.
manos vacías.
There was someone in Jesus' day who found himself in a sort of fog. It was
Había
a
uno
physical fog.
En el
The
tiempo
story
de
is in
Jesús,
Mark chapter 10,
el cuento de Marcos
46 to
6,
52. Mark 10,
46 a
46 to
52.
52. Then they came to Jericho.
Dice, vinieron a
Obviously, they were out,
Jericó,
walking around
estaban
on
caminando.
a journey. As Jesus and his disciples, together with a
Jesús
large
y sus
crowd,
discípulos,
were
con
leaving
un
the
grupo de
city, a
gente
blind
grande,
man, Bartimaeus,
estaban
was
viendo de
sitting
la
by the
ciudad. Había
roadside
un
begging.
ciego,
When he heard
Bartimeo,
that it was Jesus of Nazareth,
cuando
he began
él
to shout,
escuchó que
Jesus, son of
Jesús de
David,
Nazaret
have
estaba
mercy
pasando,
on me.
empezó a gritar,
And he
Jesús,
rebuked him, told him to be quiet.
ten misericordia de mí,
But he
pero
shouted
lo
all the more,
reprendieron
Son of David,
al
have mercy
ciego,
on me.
y él empezó a gritar más,
Jesus
Jesús,
stopped and
hijo de
said,
David, ten misericordia de mí. Jesús
Call him.
paró y le dijo,
So they called to the
tráemelo a
blind
él.
man, cheer up, on your feet, he's
Y lo
calling you.
llamaron al ciego y le dijeron,
Throwing his
levántate.
cloak aside, he jumped to his
Jesús te
feet
llama.
and came to Jesus.
Se levantó, vino a
What do you
Jesús.
want me to do for
¿Qué
you?
quieres
Jesus asked.
que haga? Jesús dijo.
The blind man said,
Y el
Rabbi,
ciego dijo, Rabino,
I want to see.
quiero ver.
Go, said Jesus, your faith has
Dale,
healed you.
ándale. Tu
And
fe te ha
immediately he
sanado,
received his
dijo
sight and
Jesús.
followed Jesus
Inmediatamente
along the road.
recibió su vista y
Bartimaeus
empezó a
said,
seguir a
Rabbi,
Jesús.
Teacher, I want to see.
Así que Bartimeo gritó a Jesús y dijo,
Have you been examining
Maestro, yo
your
quiero
heart,
ver.
your life, desiring to
¿Tú has
prosper in your
examinado tu
walk,
corazón, tu vida,
your walk with God and your walk
tu
among men?
camino con Dios?
Some of you wish you could get out of the fog of yourself, to be unaffected by your flaws and your shortcomings, your fears and your lack of faith and your unbelief, your hesitations, your habits.
Tus hábitos.
Those things that put you into your own fog,
Hay cosas
where
que
there are rear-end crashes and running off the road. Well, we are in a war, you know.
estamos en una guerra.
Scripture is very clear on this matter.
La
And
Escritura,
Satan will do his best to put you in a spiraling
Satanás puede
panic in
hacer
which you can hardly think straight,
lo mejor que pueda para tratar de
in order to
confundirte,
destroy your faith.
para destruir tu fe.
He will challenge all you know to be
Va-
true.
Va a
He will be the great
desafiar
fog machine of your life
todo lo que
if
sabes
he can.
para ver si te puede
But
confundir,
Jesus still
para que
asks,
seas como una niebla
"What
que viene sobre
do
ti.
you
Pero
want me to do?"
Jesús pregunta, ¿qué quieres que yo haga
And
por
you
ti? Y
can
tú
still choose to say, Lord, I
puedes
want to
elegir
see.
y decir, Señor, yo quiero ver.
This is actually, if you'll recall, an echo from last week's message. Do you see
Esto
what
es
I
algo que
see?
escuchamos
Do you remember
la
that?
semana pasada.
Do you see
¿Tú ves lo que
what
veo
I
yo?
see? And what do we say when
qué
we suddenly understand
Decimos
something that
cuando
we
de
didn't
pronto
understand
entendemos
before? When the fog goes
algo
away,
que no entendimos antes,
we
cuando
say, "Oh,
la neblia
I
pasa.
see. Now I understand."
ahora veo, ahora
We
entiendo.
don't say, "Oh, I understand." We say, "Oh, I see. I see what you're doing." It means I understand what you're doing.
Uno puede decir, ahora veo,
So don't
ahora
be
veo lo que
afraid
estás
to
haciendo,
see.
ahora veo lo que está
Don't be
sucediendo.
ashamed if
Así
you
que
don't see.
no tengas problemas si
Earnestly
no
desire
ves.
to see. Be bold. Ask to see.
Sí, puedes
It's a
querer
request
ver,
Jesus
puedes
is
pedirle
most
al Señor que te dé
pleased to
vista,
grant.
que te abra los ojos.
Just to
Al
rescue
Señor le
you
encanta recibir esa
from the fog
petición.
of war.